lovelies. Welcome to your new moon in Scorpio tarot reading. My name is Natasha, also known as Nurse Natasha. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome back. This is a collective reading, so I put out the intention that this reaches who it needs to. So if you're here, congrats, you were who needed to be here. This is for the new moon in Scorpio on October 25th. There's also a solar eclipse. So this is like a super powered, supercharged new moon. New moons we know are about new intentions, new goals, new manifestations, and we have this solar eclipse to kind of superpower it. Now, you know, traditionally eclipses can be a little chaotic. Eclipses are essentially portals that put you where you need to be. And so if you are not where you need to be and you have a lot of stuff to kind of work through before you get to where you need to be, the eclipses can kind of be really like rough time. However, it is a new moon. It's pretty good energy. It is in Scorpio, so it's very intense energy. Scorpio rules death in tarot, so major endings, but also major beginnings. Scorpio in the body rules the reproductive organs, low back, the hips, the sacral chakra. So, you know, that's kind of where we store a lot of our trauma, but it is also the chakra of creativity, sexuality, sensuality, emotion. So it's, you know, it's a lot of energy happening. We are in eclipse season, and this is kind of going to be heightened by the lunar eclipse that's happening in November. So that's going to be a blood moon. So this is going to be a very transformational time. What else do we have going on? That's pretty much about it. It's just, it can be chaotic because, again, these eclipses are portals that put us where we need to be. And like I said, if you're not there where you need to be, or you're still, you know, really in the energy of the past or where you shouldn't be, the eclipses can kind of, you know, it's a very tower energy. You know, we had this really intense Mercury retrograde. We still have a few planets in retrograde that kind of, for me, they knocked me on my ass. You know, they were pretty intense, but a lot of the stuff that comes up during a retrograde are old lessons, old like tests to be like, did you really learn your lesson? Like, it's time to reflect on these things from the past. Whereas eclipse season is like, if you are still messing around with that stuff from the past, you're done. You're done. So it's going to kind of force us to be where we need to be. Now I'm actually using a new deck that and when I say new, I mean, I literally just opened it. It is the Horror Tarot because 'tis the season. Scorpio season is Halloween season. So, you know, I had to get spooky about it. So this will be my first time using this deck with you guys. I'm very excited. I kind of looked through it and it's a very beautiful deck. The cards are very beautiful. It's not horror movies, but it's more like classic horror. So like the classic movie monsters and just kind of that like very horror-y, like there's like the Headless Horseman, there's very like Dracula energy, Phantom of the Opera, the Wolfman, all that kind of stuff. So I'm here for it. So while I shuffle these cards, I encourage you to take a deep breath. Send me your intention. So what are you hoping to get out of this reading? And remember, these readings are for the collective, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of it might be for you, some of it might be for someone else. So I feel like the collective energies, you know, they're usually pretty spot on. So just breathe with me, set your intention. What are you hoping to get out of this reading? What questions are you looking to have answered? What can we expect for this new moon in Scorpio? Spirit, what's going on? I'm going to shuffle this deck really good because it is brand new. I know the energy that I've really been feeling is coming out of kind of hermit mode, hangman energy, but slowly. If you are in my membership, we do live readings there, and it's very like yellow light energy. So instead of green light or red light, it's like yellow light, proceed with caution, you know, starting to come out of this rest cycle and into an active cycle, into that new energy. However, take it slow, right? We don't want to rush into things. All right. These cards are so new. They're like sticking together. Don't mind me just dropping cards everywhere. I just dropped them all over my dog, and he's like, Mom, why did you do that? I don't know, Fozzie. I don't know why I did that. You gather all these cards that just fell. And I don't edit my tarot videos much just because I want you to see the realness that kind of happens. So I'm probably going to leave that in there. So just me casually dropping all the cards and Fozzie being like, what the heck? We're all real here on my channel. If you haven't been here before, I also teach yoga. for all bodies, for plus size bodies, and we're just very real. So I'm gonna leave in the chaos. Also, I feel like the chaos is just very accurate to eclipse season, so. All right, my friends, one last deep breath for me. I'm so excited to see this card in the bottom of the deck. When I was unboxing, I did an unboxing video for TikTok, and this is one of the cards I pulled out because I think it's so cool. Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. It is the Headless Horseman. I'm here for it. Also my Halloween nails. We love it. But yeah, Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. A slower moving knight, but a knight that comes in with a cup of passion, of emotion. You know, let's see. Ooh, I like it. I like it. All right. That's a good card to start the reading with. Yeah, we knew that one was coming. The Death card is here, my friends. All right, you know what? I'm not mad about this. This is honestly a very beautiful reading. We have 3 major arcana with 3 minor arcana for past, present, and future. And then, of course, the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to turn this around so you can see what's happening here. We're going to talk about it. Here is my setup, and here is what came out. So we have the World card. I think it's Cthulhu. That's like the vibes that I'm getting with the 8 of Cups. We have the Lovers. Look at that. It's like succubus vampire energy with the 7 of Cups. And then, of course, we have the Death card. I'm obsessed with this card with the Knight of Swords. And then the Knight of Cups lurking at the bottom of the deck. So let's talk about it. All right, friends. So in the position of past, we have the World with the 8 of Cups. Now, you can see here in the 8 of Cups, this person is walking away from all those cups. I mean, the World, again, it's giving Cthulhu. And for me, the World card says, you did it. You did it. You successfully walked away from all those things that were causing you grief. That's what the 8 of Cups is all about. Grief, disappointment, walking away from something emotionally that does not serve you anymore. You're like, I'm done. Because what are you walking into after the 8 of Cups? The 9 of Cups, wish come true, wish fulfillment. We want to walk away from this stuff. Yes, the cups here are upright, but they maybe just weren't for you. It just wasn't meant for you. And you probably tried really hard to hold on to these cups, but you're finally like, I'm done. Goodbye. It's like that moment in The Office when Stanley's like, I'm done. Goodbye. And he like stands up and walks out. That's the vibe. You can see here, there's even like these hands that are trying to pull her back. You're not letting it pull you back anymore. You're done. And the World card reaffirms that. This is the end of the Fool's journey, my friends. This is the end. The tarot starts with the Fool and ends with the World, and the World is full circle. The World, for me, a personal reference for the World and what it says to me is you did it, because when I quit my full-time job to pursue this career, my own business full-time, I got home and I was freaking out because like, oh my God, what'd I just do? I just quit my full-time like corporate job. What the hell? And I pulled the World, and it was like literally at the time, the deck that I had, it just said, congratulations, you did it. And I was like, oh my God, like I feel way better now. Congratulations, you did it. You successfully walked away from whatever was holding you back in the past. Like this is exactly what we want for this eclipse energy. So you did it. Congratulations. Now in the present is where it gets a little bit confusing. However, not terrible. I mean, we have the Lovers. Love the Lovers, but it's interesting to me here that in this particular deck, there's 3 people on the Lovers, and the counterpart to the Lovers in tarot is the Devil, and that, if I'm not mistaken, is the Devil right there. And then we have the 7 of Cups, and you can see here, look at all these options, look at all these cups that you have to choose from, and some of them are not good, right? There is like creepy tree in one of them, there's a snake, there's a skull, there's like that creepy ghost at the top, but then in one of them you have a heart, which could represent love. You have some keys. I'm hearing like a new house or housing options or something. There's like a map. Basically the 7 of Cups, some cups have treasure, some cups have bad things. And again, with the Lovers, I feel like we have a lot of options and we have temptation. We successfully left all that stuff behind, right? We came full circle. But we suddenly find ourselves with like a ton of options, and we're kind of like, I don't know what to do. Like I've never had this many options before. I don't really know what to do with myself. Like I feel like we're kind of being pulled in all kinds of different directions. Again, with eclipses, it's like major endings, major new beginnings. but I feel like we just have so many different paths that we could take. They're like, I don't know. And then there's definitely Seven of Cups, and this particular instance, this particular card of the Lover is heavy on the temptation. The temptation is real to go back into this old fuck shit that we're not supposed to be in anymore. Those cups and those hands that are dragging you down, there is definitely a temptation to go back into that. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're being tested. However, the energy that I was also picking up with the collective, we talked about this on my live reading, is we have gone through so many lessons. We have been through the ringer. If you're like me and you're around 30 years old, you're probably in your Saturn return, which has just been like never-ending lessons, because it's like a really major astrological event in people's lives where it's basically like a really intense retrograde where you learn a bunch of stuff and then you come out of it a different person. We've been through it. We've been tested a lot. And this Seven of Cups is like more tests. However, we are better equipped to handle the tests. We kind of know, we know the devil now, right? We know what, what's bad and what's good. Definitely there's temptation. We're like, should I do it? Should I go back into that? I really want what's in that cup, but I know that the devil is kind of like right around the corner. But you've learned. So again, it's that very like yellow light energy, like proceed with caution and know what's good and what's bad. So stop fucking around. You know what I mean? And then we have in future, of course, our lovely, lovely death card. And I love it because it's just that gothic romance. Love to see it with the Knight of Swords. And this is interesting to me that the Knight of Swords is kind of a gargoyle, because I feel like traditionally the Knight of Swords is the lightning pony, very fast moving energy. But this feels slower to me, especially because he's kind of a gargoyle made of stone, also very protective energy. And you can see here in this version of death is kind of like romancing the person, death is kind of like kissing the hand of whoever that is. And I feel like it's like we've made kind of peace with the death energy. We've made peace with our shadow self. We've kind of made peace, and we're protected, right? With that Knight of Swords being the gargoyle. We're kind of protected because we have made peace with, the bad part, not bad parts of us, just the shadow self, the self that might want to give in to that temptation. We're aware, okay? We're aware of that self. We're like, I know. Been there, done that. I have been in that energy for far too long, and now I recognize it. Now I know what it looks like, and now I know how to walk away from it, and I know how to protect myself from it. So that's what this Knight of Swords is coming up to me as a protector. That knight with like, the sword energy. The swords is the intellect, the mental arena, and it's like you're protected there because your shadow self. You're aware of your temptations, of your own unhealthy coping mechanisms. You've made peace with them. You can kiss those things on the hand and be like, I don't need you anymore. And that's magical. That's amazing. That is the old self dying and the new self being reborn. That's what the death card is all about. We get freaked out by the death card because everyone's like, I got death, someone's going to die. Sometimes, yes, can mean that. Very rarely. It's more, again, a death of an energy, an old cycle, whatever it is. And the beginning, we forget that death also represents new beginnings, rebirth. It's not just the death card, it's death and rebirth. Again, this is the card of Scorpio. So like Scorpio coming through hot, also with the Nine of Cups. Also, that's that water energy. Like I feel like you're more confident about these cycles. You're more confident about the things dying and the transformation. You're like, it sucks sometimes. It's really, it's intense sometimes, but I can handle it because I've done it before. I've walked away from that stuff. Yes, there's some temptations, but I'm protected. I know my shadow self. I've learned the lessons, and I can kind of process through the lessons faster. And then again, we have the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, that headless horseman energy. Again, it could be a new offer coming in, but I think it's still that like kind of charging forward confidently kind of energy. We have two knights here, so I feel like we're kind of the knight. We are able to kind of fight back against our own temptations, our own my brain is saying monsters in the closet because this deck is so spooky. Are those hands that are trying to drag us back down? We're the knights in our own battle. We can kind of fight against it. So I love this reading. I love this deck. I think this is going to be one of my new favorites. Now we're going to clarify with good old-fashioned favorite Oracle deck. This is Postcards from Liminal Space. This deck is not available to buy anymore. It is limited edition. I'm so sorry, but you can get this horror deck. I got it on Amazon. I saw it at a local shop here recently, and I didn't pick it up there, and then it was sold out, so I ended up buying it on Amazon. But you can get this horror deck in different places. But we are going to clarify with some Oracle cards. This deck tends to be a little draggy. It drags us a lot, but sometimes we need to be dragged. What is going on for this new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio? Take a deep breath for me. Yep. We love to see it. There is very few decks that have yes and no cards. This is one of them. Yes. Absolutely, whatever it is you want, the answer is yes. And exactly, the software update. And these are very similar energies. I mean, you can see here, it's both hands being kind of given to us from the portals, from the liminal space, right? You know, we're being handed exactly what we wanted, the update and the yes, absolutely. The yes is over the Lovers and the Seven of Cups, so it's time to say yes to the good options because we have gone through the software update. The first card that came out, and this is over the World and the Eight of Cups, an equal but opposite reaction. Because you were able to come full circle, because you were able to walk away from that Eight of Cups energy, it's going to have a reaction. You know, you're kind of feeling, and I know I've been feeling this way, is like, when is my reward? Not reward, but like my karma. I have done the work. I have done the work 10 times over. When is the karma coming? When is the reaction coming? What I deserve, like what I put in all this work, when is the equal and opposite reaction coming because I've done the work? It's coming. It is absolutely coming. It is coming if you can choose the right things. You know, you're choosing the right things when faced with all these options. You're not giving into the old temptations. You're going to get a yes if that's the case. And again, it is because our software has updated. We have been through all this. We have been through the Eight of Cups. We have walked away from it. We have been through a whole cycle with the world. We have, again, the software update is us making peace with that transformational death energy. It's us making peace with the fact that some things have to die so some things can be reborn. It's us making peace with the fact that we all have that shadow energy inside of us. That's the software update. That's the... I mean, could it get any better than this? You're up-leveling, you're getting those downloads, you're updating, and you're getting a yes. Whatever it is you asked for, if there was something specific you asked for at the beginning of this reading, the answer was yes, okay? If you asked a question, the answer was yes. And then at the bottom of the deck, just to bring us back down to earth, yield to reality, the eclipse season can be very chaotic and very ungrounded and very like, especially it's in Scorpio, water energy, chaos, right? Yield to reality, come back down to earth, get grounded. But the answer is yes. I'm gonna leave it with that. I mean, this doesn't happen a lot where you get a straightforward answer. I feel like most of the time it's like Lafayette in True Blood where he's like, damn, dead people, why you gotta be so cryptic? We usually get cryptic. This is a straightforward yes. So if you asked a question, congrats, my friends. The answer is yes. It's also over the Lovers, maybe a new love interest coming in. Again, we have the Knight of Cups, could also be a new love interest coming in. The answer is yes, my friends. It doesn't get more clear than that, so I'm going to leave it at that because I'm really happy about this message. So I'm actually wearing the Lovers. I forgot. I'm wearing the Lovers as a card on my neck. So we're here for it. We like to see it. Perhaps I will see you in the yoga class for this new moon in Scorpio. Perhaps I'll see you in the membership. I also have retreats. I host witchcraft and wellness retreats. So for the lunar eclipse, the blood moon, I'm going to be in Salem hosting witchcraft wellness retreat. It is sold out, but if you'd like to come with me to Salem next year in March for Ostara, the spring equinox, and the new moon in Pisces, those tickets are on sale. I'll also be in Joshua Tree. I offer courses. I have a membership. I have coaching. I offer pretty much everything. So maybe I'll see you here on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. But otherwise, I will see you guys next time, and I hope you have a wonderful new moon in Scorpio.